Welcome to Crazy Learning, Law of Demand. In this video, I'll explain about Law of Demand. Before going to that, please like and share my video and subscribe my channel for more updates. And post your opinions and doubts on comment box. Let's go into the topic. According to Law of Demand, other things being equal, when price falls, demand extends, and when price rises, demand constants. So here other things being equal. So what it means? Let's see. Qn equal to f of Pn Pr y, T, O. So this is the demand function, right? So here Qn equal to quantity demanded of n commodity. Pn equal to price of the commodity n. Pr equal to price of related commodities. Y equal to income of the consumer. T equal to taste and preference of consumer. O equal to other factors. So now we can get the meaning of all these, right? Let's go into the detail. So, law of demand is based on the assumption that all the determinants of demand are assumed to be constant except price. So, here all the determinants of demand means these all should be in constant. It means there are no changes in these four. Here Pn equal to price. Qn equal to quantity demanded, right? So only the price should be changed. Then only the law of demand will arise. With all these are changed, mean price, related commodities, income, taste and preference, other factors, all are in change, then the law of demand does not arise. So definition of law of demand. According to Samuelson, law of demand states that people will buy more at lower prices and buy less at higher prices. Ceteris paribus. Here ceteris paribus means other things being equal. So these are the things that should be equal. So people will buy more at lower prices and buy less at higher prices. Next. Demand schedule. What is meant by demand schedule? Let's see. It is a table showing different quantities of a commodity demanded at different prices at a given period of time. So it means law of demand states that people will purchase low at higher prices and purchase more at less prices, right? So that should be shown by this demand schedule. It means different quantities of a commodity demanded at different prices. If the prices are different, so how the quantity should be changed? It should be explained in demand schedule. There are two types of demand schedule. One, individual demand schedule, market demand schedule. Let's go one by one in detail. Individual demand schedule. It shows different quantities of a commodity purchased by a single person at different prices. So the law of demand already explained that if the price is low, the person purchases more quantities, and the price is high, he purchases more quantity, right? So there is a difference in prices. Then how will it the quantity and how will it affect the quantity? That should be shown in individual demand schedule. See. Individual demand schedule. It means it related to a single person. For suppose the price of a commodity is 5. Then the person purchased 10 quantities. And the price is 4. The person purchased 20 quantities. The price is 3. The person purchased 30 quantities. Price is 2. He purchased 40. Price is 1. He purchased 50 quantities. It means there is a difference in prices, right? So, there is also a difference in quantities also. So, if the price decreases, the quantity demand should be increased. First 10. So, it will increase to 50. The price is 5. It will decrease to 1. So, here different prices and different quantities. And a single person purchased. All this. So, it clearly explains that if the price decreases, the quantity demanded should be increased. So, let's see in graph. On y-axis, related to price and the x-axis shows the demand. So when the price is 5, he purchased 10. Price is 4, purchase 20. Price is 3, purchase 30. Price is 2, purchase 40. Price is 1, he purchased 50 quantities. So it shows that when the price decreases, the quantity demanded should be increased. So this is the demand curve. So it slopes downward from left to right. So it should be decreasing. It slopes downward from left to right. Next, market demand schedule. So in individual demand schedule, it relates to a single person. But in market, there are so many customers are coming into the market. So by using this market demand schedule, the customers' purchasing power should be calculated by using this market demand schedule. When we add up various quantities demanded by all consumers in the market, we can obtain the market demand schedule. It means there is a difference in prices and there is also difference in quantities purchased by the customers. So here we take three customers. One is P, Q, R and it represents the market demand. So when price is 5, P purchased 10 quantities, Q purchased 8 quantities and R purchased 12 quantities. So by adding up of all these three, it means 10 plus 8 plus 12 equal to 30. So price is 4, P purchased 15, Q 12, R 13 quantities. So total 45. And price is 1, P purchased 16, Q purchased 35, R purchased 45. So total is 140. So here the price decreases, the quantity demanded should be increased. So this is market demand curve. X-axis represent the price and y-axis represent the quantity. So here also the price decreases, the quantity demand should be increased. So let's see. In law of demand, when the price rise, they purchase low quantity, and the price is false, they purchase high quantity. So that is the reason why the demand curve slopes downward from left to right. So what are the reasons behind that? Why the customers purchase low price at higher quantity? Is there any reasons behind that? Yes, definitely. Let's see one by one. First one, arrival of new consumers. When price falls, it will attract new buyers. People who could not buy at a higher price began to purchase the commodity now. That is the reason of the decrease in the price of the commodity. Next, all buyers. When price falls, the buyer increase the purchasing power. So they use it for multiple purposes also. Because the price is low, then they purchase more quantity. For example, if price of electricity falls, it used for many purposes like boiling water, cooking and many other purposes. Next, law of diminishing marginal utility. It means a consumer buys more and more units of the same commodity. His marginal utility will decrease. Example, at first you go for 5 ice creams and next you go for 4 and after some times you consume only 2. Slowly the utility gradually decline because you spend on one commodity, your utility will be decreased gradually. So in that situation, you only purchase more quantity only at higher price and you are not willing to spend more price at low quantity because your utility should be gradually decreasing. So you are not in a position to offer high price for more quantity. For low quantity, you offer low price for more quantity. Next, different uses. Certain commodities have multiple uses. If price of such commodities will fall, the demand for such commodities increase. And suppose if the price rise, they use only for limited ones. Examples, onions used for multiple purposes. If this price rise, we use only for limited purposes. And If the price decline, then purchase more and use it for multiple purposes. Then the demand for quantity of onions increases when the price falls. Next, income effect. When the price of a commodity falls, the consumer has to spend less amount of money. It means, for suppose, the price of a commodity should be decreased. So, you purchase that commodity and you have to save some money. And again, that saved money should also be spent on that commodity only, because there is a need and want of that commodity. So again, you spend that amount on that commodity. So when the price decreases, again the demand will increases on that commodity. Next, substitution effect. When the price of a commodity falls, it will become relatively cheaper. Then it's a substitute. Cheaper than a substitute. So consumer will use that product. This is called substitution effect. Example, when the price of a tea falls, it becomes cheaper than coffee. So tea is the substitute of coffee, right? So the demand for tea increases because the price of tea falls. So because of all these reasons, the consumer purchase low at higher prices and purchase high at lower prices. So these are the reasons for the demand curve slopes downward from left to right. This is all about law of demand. Thank you.